Yo, what is up guys, it's Hycross, and today we're taking a look at the G-Wolves HTX 4K wireless gaming mouse. I've been testing this mouse for a while now, and I'm excited to share my thoughts with you all. Before we get into the review, I do want to mention that I won this mouse from a giveaway on Twitter from a content creator by the name of Chad Alt Delete. I'll have his Twitter link down below if you guys want to check him out. With that said, let's jump right into it. First off, let's talk about what comes inside the box. Straight off the bat, the art and design of the box is the best I've ever seen, with a crazy detailed wolf on the front. Inside the box, you guys will find an HTX 4K mouse, of course, a whole bag full of mouse grips, and a bag with spare mouse feet. You'll also notice that there are two cables. One cable is the micro USB cable that gets plugged into the wireless dongle, and the second cable is a USB-C cable that is used for charging only. I'm not a huge fan of the two separate cables, but it's not a major problem. Lastly, you guys will find the instruction manual and other slips of paper that will tell you how to install the software and firmware for the mouse. Alright, now let's talk about the design and build quality of the G-Wolves HTX 4K. This mouse is designed to be lightweight and definitely delivers on that promise. It weighs only 39 grams with the honeycomb shell, which is incredibly light and makes it perfect for those who like to play games for long periods of time. The mouse has a very sleek and modern look with a high quality build shape, perfect for relaxed claw grip users. I do also want to mention that I normally play palm grip with my Logitech G Pro Superlight, and I had to kind of change over to more of a relaxed claw grip for this mouse, but I found no issues when switching grip style, and the mouse felt very natural right off the bat in my hand. This mouse also is on the smaller side with a flattened hump and shorter length, so if you guys have larger hands, this mouse might not be your style. Moving on to the buttons and scroll wheel, the G-Wolves HTX 4K has 6 programmable buttons, which is pretty standard for a gaming mouse. The buttons are easy to click and they provide satisfying feedback. The side buttons are very similar to the Superlight in that they are very easy to hit and spaced out enough so no accidental misclicking occurs. The mouse also uses zippy switches which have a life of 60 million clicks, and here's how those clicks sound. The scroll wheel, on the other hand, is a bit stiff compared to other mice, but it definitely does the job well overall. Now let's talk about the most important aspect of any gaming mouse, the sensor and performance. The G-Wolves HTX 4K is equipped with a Pixart PMW3395 sensor, which is one of the best sensors in the market right now. It has a maximum DPI of 26,000, which is more than enough for most gamers. The sensor is also very accurate and responsive, and I had no issues with tracking or jittering during my tests. Next, let's talk about the wireless connectivity and battery life of the G-Wolves HTX 4K. The mouse uses a 2.4 GHz wireless connection, which provides a lag-free experience. This mouse can also be set up to 4K Hz polling, which is absolutely incredible for such a lightweight mouse. I didn't notice any input lag or latency during my tests, which is great. As for the battery life, if the mouse is set at the 4K Hz polling rate, this mouse will die on you very fast, as it does use more battery with a higher polling rate. I would definitely recommend charging this mouse around every other day to make sure it doesn't die out when playing at a tournament or intense game. It also has a USB-C charging port at the head of the mouse, which makes it very easy to charge. Now it's time to get into some of the cons with this mouse. The biggest con I noticed is that when using this mouse in-game, I noticed that my frames would drop rapidly and my game would hitch every so often. I ended up doing some research and many people were experiencing this same problem, especially with 4K Hz mice from G-Wolves. The reason is probably due to Fortnite not being fully optimized to run 4K Hz polling, so if you guys are looking into buying a 4K Hz polling mouse, I would definitely take that into consideration. The next con I ran into was the DPI button on the mouse. I noticed that the DPI button was very close to the scroll wheel, so I would often accidentally activate the DPI button, causing me to be on 1600 DPI in the middle of fights instead of 800 DPI, and it became very annoying. I would have wished that they didn't really put the DPI button on the mouse, as you could just change the DPI in the software. So yeah, that was definitely a big annoyance problem there. The last con that I ran into was the software download process. For some reason, when you go to download the software, they make it very confusing on which files are which, and the entire process is not user-friendly in the slightest, and it took me around 15 minutes to get everything working. Finally, this mouse comes in at a price of $169 on the G-Wolves website, and I will have it linked down below if you guys want to check it out. So now on to the big question, is the G-Wolves HTX 4K really worth buying? In my opinion, I would say no. Even though it's a lightweight and responsive gaming mouse with a great sensor and 4K Hz polling, it also has major cons that I simply just can't look past. Also, with a price point of $169, you'd be paying around $20 or $30 more than a Logitech Superlight, which is pretty absurd as the Superlight is overall a safer mouse to buy. I'll end up tossing some gameplay of me using the mouse at the end of this video, and with that said, I hope this review was of use for you guys. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.